Hey guys, thank you for clicking on another video and watching. Please hit the like button and also subscribe. Today we'll be discussing Chris Paul. The New York Knicks cannot and should not trade for Chris Paul. And in this video I will discuss why. I was once high on the thought of bringing Chris Paul into the Knicks, as he's a great veteran and knows how to win and can teach our young guys the winning culture. But this might ultimately backfire on the Knicks in the long run. The main reason why the Knicks should not trade or go after Chris Paul is because he will lead the Knicks to win enough games to miss out on the top 3 draft picks next year in Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, and Jonathan Kuminga. We need to get one of those guys. Chris Paul, he's only going to be here a couple more years. Those 2021 top rookies are just going to be starting their careers. They are franchise level players, and we need that. The Knicks never have good picks in highly touted drafts or when they're secure stars. And 2021 draft class, we need a top 3 pick, so we can't be a mediocre team. It makes no sense. Another reason we should not go after Chris Paul is because of his massive contract. Not only do the Thunder think that they can trade CP3 and gain assets from, because he led the Thunders to playoff contention this year, but he's still 35 years old, he's looking over the hill, and he has one of the NBA's worst contracts. Imagine giving up picks for a veteran player who has history of getting injured, and he ends up not playing, and you have him for 2 years. You're going to pay somebody $30-40 million for 2 years, and it doesn't help build a contending team. It makes no sense. What the Knicks need to focus on, instead of trading for players like CP3 and Melo, is youth development and getting role players and getting veterans on the cheap. Chris Paul is not a veteran on the cheap. If we were to trade for Chris Paul and get assets from the Thunder, okay, then that makes sense. But imagine trading our young guys, future draft picks, for a 2-3 year CP3 rental, and we're probably not even going to make the playoffs. And don't even think about if we make the playoffs that we'll make it to the second round. We'll not only lose out, we'll not only fall in the draft lottery in very good upcoming drafts such as the 21 draft class, but we'll also lose picks in those upcoming draft class. So it makes no sense. It's a lose-lose situation. And when it comes to culture setting, we can start off at the moment with Tom Thibodeau. He is a respectable coach, and he can set that culture of defense and playing a hard-nosed basketball. Then when we get a stars, one of those top 3 guys I mentioned in the 2021 draft class, that will be our franchise player. We can build for the future with those players. What we need to do is try to get more draft picks in the 2021 draft class. That class is deep. The second round players in the 2021 draft class have value of a first round level player. That's how it's going. That's how deep this draft is going. So gain assets, get players and veterans that are contract friendly, that we do not have to give any young assets away for. And that's how you build a future winning team. You can't build a winning team hoping that you bring in Chris Paul and he's going to turn Dennis Smith Jr. or Frank Ntilikina into superstars. No, they're good players, they're young, they have a chance to grow, but what you need is a player that has franchise level talent, such as Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, and Jonathan Kuminga. Mark my words, you will hear those guys' name as the future of the league when they enter. One argument that people have to bring Chris Paul in is, look what he did to the Thunder. They went to the playoffs, they exceeded everyone's expectations, and even had some success in the playoffs. But look at the Thunder's roster. It's not like they had only Chris Paul on the team. They had legitimate NBA players. They had Chris Paul as a starting point guard. They have one of the 6 Man of the Year candidates in Dennis Schroeder. They had a veteran center who has playoff experience in Steven Adams. They have a solid stretch 4 and veteran in Delano Gallinari. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander was an upcoming young prospect who already showed promise in the Clippers team. The Knicks, we don't have any of that. Our 2 best guys are RJ Barrett and Mitchell Robinson. Where's our Steven Adams, Gallinari? Who's our 6 Man of the Year candidate? We don't have any of that. So don't expect the same thing to happen for the Knicks what happened for the OKC Thunder. What's gonna happen is, yes, we will win a couple of games. We're probably not gonna still make the playoffs, and we'll have a mediocre pick again. You want another 8th pick? No, we want a top 3 pick. So let's focus on the young guys with the new coach and developmental staff. See how our young guys develop. If we're expecting to have a losing record this year, is fine. Look at our roster. We should not be expecting a winning season, but after we land a young superstar, I think that's when we start expecting wins. RJ Barrett, he's very good. Mitchell Robinson, he's also very good, but they don't have superstar potential. They have star potential, all-star potential, but they don't have that X factor in them, or at least not of yet. I think when we look for a franchise guard, again, Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, Jonathan Kuminga. If we have one of those guys, they will be our franchise guys. They will be better than RJ and Mitch. So we start from there. It makes sense to get somebody like Chris Paul when we have somebody that he can teach. Imagine if Chris Paul is tutoring Cade Cunningham or Jalen Green. Yeah, he can tutor RJ Barrett, but they're completely different players, and I think Chris Paul is better suited for somebody who is a shooter and can facilitate as well. So I think it's just not the right time for us to bring in somebody like Chris Paul. I think we're a couple pieces away from needing a veteran like that. In the meantime, there's definitely other veterans that can come in and help. Veterans not like the ones that we had last year, like the horrible Elfrid Payton, one of the worst pickups, probably the worst pickup we had last year was Elfrid Payton. But we pick up veterans that don't require minutes and that can teach RJ Barrett and Mitch and our other young guys. I think that's what we can go after. Chris Paul would be nice, but not worth giving up all the assets and not worth risking dropping from the 2021 draft class. So let me know what you guys think. Are you guys still high on Chris Paul and getting Chris Paul into the team? Or do you think we should go after other players and focus on the youth? Let me know in the comment section below. Again, thank you for watching, and please hit the like button and please also subscribe. Thank you.